everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing good and having a great day. If you're new here, I'm Nikita Tanwani, Femina Miss India Andhra Pradesh 2019, and over here on my channel, I make videos to help pageant aspirants prepare better for their pageant journey. I also share my own experiences. I also talk about life and books and self-love, and I also vlog my daily life. And so if all of that sounds like your cup of tea, please do hit the subscribe button and join the family. Now, it's been a super exciting week with the Miss India organization announcing the top 5 candidates shortlisted for their respective state titles, and I've gone through all the profiles and their audition videos. And so in today's video, I'm going to be discussing my thoughts and opinions and prediction for the South Zone, the East Zone, and the Northeast Zone. Before I move on, I just want to congratulate all the contestants who have been shortlisted to the top 5 or top 6 of their states, and my opinions in this video are solely just opinions, and it does not mean that anyone is any less deserving. You are all winners, so give yourself a pat on the back. And again, the interview is a make or break factor, which we don't know how it went, so my opinions are solely based on the audition videos and the social media profiles. Now let's start with the South Zone, and the first state that we have is Telangana. Now in this state, I think it's a very strong state overall, and it was quite difficult to pick just one winner here. And so my favorites from Telangana have to be Shalini Rana and Mansa Varanasi. Now Mansa Varanasi was there in the top 3 of Telangana last year as well, and so I know her personally because we were there together in the zonals. She is such a beautiful girl. She is so well spoken. Even if you look at her audition videos, she has just nailed her performance. I mean, her walk, her height, her physique, everything. She is a beautiful singer, and I have really high expectations from her. I think she has really improved and groomed herself in the last 1 year, and she can definitely bag that title. Now, my second favorite is Shalini Rana. Again, very strong walk, very confident. Love the way she gave her introduction, and I think she has a very fresh face and a very pretty face. And if not these two, then I think Srinidhi Bandaru is again a favorite of mine. I have spoken to Srinidhi over the phone. That is all I know her personally. And I think she is a great speaker. She has a very clear thought process. I liked her introduction. She's very hardworking. She also has pageant experience because she was a part of Miss Hyderabad a couple of years ago. I think if not Mansa or Shalini, then Srinidhi definitely has the potential to bag that title. But if I had to choose just one contestant from the state of Telangana, then I would definitely pick Mansa. I think she is definitely going to win the crown. Coming to the next state, that is Tamil Nadu, I have two favorites from this state. My first favorite is Ritika. My opinion of her is that she's a very cute and charming girl. She's just 19 years old, has a very cute face, and I found her personality and communication skills to be on point. Her walk, I do think, needs some improvement, but then again, she's just 19. I think that can definitely be worked upon. And I think if she handles the interview round with maturity, she can definitely win the title. And my second favorite for this state has to be Raina Garg. She is a Campus Princess finalist as well. I think she has an amazing body, and her personality came off as very smart and very fun to be around, and I loved her confidence throughout all her audition videos, and she's a great speaker as well. And I loved the fact that she mentioned this women in technology aspect during her introduction, and it just caught my attention a lot, and I think she would be a very fresh type of contestant to win the title. And so for the state of Tamil Nadu, I have my two favorites, that is Ritika Srinivas and Raina Garg. The next state that we have is Andhra Pradesh, and the winner of this title is going to be my successor, so I could not be more excited. And I have two favorites for the state of Andhra Pradesh, the first being Kritya Karda. I definitely think she can win this title. I know Kritya personally because she was also the winner of TGPC's season 7, one of the top 3 over there. And so we've met in Hyderabad a couple of times, and I know her very well as a person as well. And she's a very genuine and warm and authentic kind of person. And she has also nailed it in her performance in her audition videos. I love the fact, I think everyone's talking about this, is that Kritya chose to do different types of walks in her ramp walk audition video, which I think is super smart, and it shows that she understands that not one walk works for all types of outfits. I think that was just genius. And I also love her communication skills, and whatever she says, you know it's coming from her heart, and she has amazing confidence. She's a great model as well. I could not stop bragging on about her, so she has to be a personal favorite. And if not Kritya, then my second favorite is Sneha Pragada. I think she has a great body, a great walk. I love the vibes that I was getting from her in her audition videos. It was just very warm and I just love everything about her. But I do think that she needs to be a bit more outspoken and maybe with more confidence. If she nails the interview, it could be her chance as well. And so my predictions for the state of Andhra and my successor are Kritya Karda and Sneha Pragada. Coming to the next state, that is Kerala. Now when it comes to Kerala, Nikita Thomas, who has also been Miss South India, is being spoken about a lot in the field of pageantry. She comes off as one of the most prepared and polished and groomed contestants that I've seen in South Zone so far. I think she has an amazing walk, great body, her makeup, hair, presentation, appearance, delivery, everything was on point. I could not point out any flaw when it comes to Nikita Thomas. And my second favorite for this state is Leena Lal, and I've been surprised to see that not a lot of people are speaking about her, but I am personally a huge fan. I do think her walk needs some improvement, but other than that, I just loved everything about her, and so I think she could be the underdog that wins the race. And so my predictions for the state of Kerala are Leena Lal and Nikita Thomas. And the last state that we have in this zone is the state of Karnataka, and in my opinion it is one of the strongest states that we have in the South Zone, because honestly it was difficult to choose just one or two contestants here. And so I have three favorites from this state. My number one being Anisha Rane. I can totally see the hard work and determination this woman has put into her audition videos, her performances, and over the years she has been constantly grooming herself. And I also think that she is someone who has performed equally well in all her audition videos. She has a great personality, a great walk, she knows what she's doing, and it just gave me the impression that she is well rehearsed in the field of pageantry, and if she nails the interview, there is no doubt that the title is going to be hers. Now for the second position, I have a tie. I could not pick between Spurti or Manmeet, and the difference between them is that they are equally good, but then again they have different personalities. I think Spurti's introduction is what stood out to me because it did not sound rehearsed at all, and I kind of loved the candidness and the natural flow of her speaking and talking about herself. And her walk does need some improvement, but then who doesn't? We are constantly learning, and I think it's too early on in the course of the pageant to be very critical when it comes to rap walk, because of course that is going to be something that is going to be worked upon even during the pageant. They have grooming sessions and all, and so I see a lot of potential when it comes to Spurti. And for Manmeet, again, great body, very polished candidate, great speaking skills, but then just different from Spurti in the fact that she sounded more prepared and rehearsed, and I could not make a choice between whether I like the genuine candidness or the more prepared candidate. And so those are all my predictions for the South Zone. Now let's see how many of these come true. The next zone we have is the East Zone, and the first state over here is Orissa. And I have two favorites from the state of Orissa. My number one favorite is Diksha Singh. Now I do know her personally, and this is not a bias. I do think that Diksha has the best walk and the best communication skills among all the top 5 candidates who have been shortlisted. I know Diksha for the last 2 years. She was the second runner-up in the same season of TGPC that I won, and so I know how hardworking she is, and we had trained at Cocoberry together, and I have always been a fan of her walk and her talent round. Oh my god, she is an amazing salsa dancer and a salsa instructor as well, and I have known her for the last 2 years, and I know that she has been working really hard. She has pageant experience, she knows how it works, and I think she is completely ready to bag the title. My second favorite from the state of Orissa is Megha Sahu, but my opinion on her is, while she is very deserving and I think she has the potential, but it's just my personal opinion that I think she's a bit too young and a bit too raw, and she needs to work on herself. I definitely see potential over there, but I think that if she worked on herself for 1 or 2 more years and then came back and participated, she could definitely be one to watch out for. And so Diksha and Megha are my predictions for the state of Orissa. Next we have the state of Bihar, and in this state I have my personal favorite as Ananya Priyadarshini. She is a Campus Princess finalist as well, and so that clearly shows in her audition videos and her performance. She knows what she's doing, she's very hardworking, she's been polished and groomed and mentored, and she knows how you have to perform when it comes to pageantry. I can totally see the preparation. Just one small thing that I noticed is that her introduction sounded just a little bit too rehearsed to me. And that is just a personal preference that I prefer candidness over very well rehearsed and prepared introductions. But in no way does it mean that she is any less deserving. I think she is prepared. But when it comes to the interview, she is a great speaker, and if she handles it maturely and does not sound so rehearsed in the interview, then I think she is definitely the one to watch out for, and she will bag the title. And on the second spot, I again have a tie when it comes to Bihar as well. And I think Sakshi Sai and Pragya Parashar are my two favorites, if not Ananya. I could not pick between these two because I think they performed equally well, whether it comes to introduction, ramp walk, personality, the overall vibe I get from them. And the only difference is that I noticed that Sakshi looks a lot more confident and outspoken, whereas Pragya seemed a little bit more soft spoken and reserved to me. Neither of them is better or worse, it's just two different type of people, but we'll have to see how they perform in the interview. And so I think if not Ananya, it could be either Sakshi's game or Pragya's game. And so these are my three favorites for the state title of Bihar. Coming to the state of Jharkhand, again, this is a very strong state, and I have a tie for the number one position itself. I cannot choose which one is better or who I like better, and my number one favorite is Riddhi Kumar. And oh my god, the determination that I see in this girl's eyes, the way she walks, the way she speaks, I think she is so captivating. I love her, and I really think she's a very strong contender for the state title. But then my second favorite is Shipra Dubey. Again, she is so well prepared, and I loved the creativity in her videos, the way she gave her introduction video, and also when it comes to her ramp walk. One, she has an amazing walk, an amazing body, and I think she's very well suited for the title. I also love the fact that she had both open hair and then a ponytail when it comes to her ramp walk videos. Again, very smart, because that is actually something that actually happens at offline pageants as well, is that in the first round they'll ask for open hair, and then they actually ask the contestants sometimes to tie up their hair and then do another round of walk. And so I think that was very smart. She also knows what she's doing, and so it could be anyone's game here, either Shipra or Riddhi. Very strong contestants. And my third contestant that I found to be very well performing and a very good candidate is Sejal Kumar. And my only feedback or opinion on that contestant is that I think she's more suited for Miss Diva. Sometimes you get those vibes from a girl, she's a great performer, great contestant, but then I think Miss Diva is just better suited for her. The personality, the vibes that I got from her. And again, like I said, I do prefer some candidness when it comes to performances and especially introductions. And I think she again sounded a bit too rehearsed to me. It's just a personal opinion. Maybe sometimes the organization does like that level of preparation. But yeah, I just think she needs to work on herself a little bit more and maybe try for Miss Diva. She could definitely shine there. And so Riddhi and Shipra are my favorites for the state of Jharkhand. Coming to the state of Chhattisgarh, this state has definitely high expectations to fulfill because Shivani has set the bar so high last year. And so my favorite from this state is Vanshika Davra. I think she is very well prepared. She is so well spoken. I could just keep on listening to her. Her introduction video was so good, like just amazing. And I just really felt that she is very smart and she has a very clear thought process. And I just get that vibe that she will outshine everyone else in the interview. That is my opinion of her right now. I definitely see her as winner material, and so I think that is the number one prediction that I have for this state title. And my second favorite for the title is Aditi Sharma. She also stood out to me because of a very different personality type. Vanshika, on the other hand, is very polished and groomed and well prepared for the pageant, but then Aditi just came off as a lot more authentic and natural and candid to me, and I liked her walk for it was just a different type of walk, but I really liked it. And so she was just standing out in a different way, and I think sometimes that fresh perspective is what they look for in a pageant, and so she could also bag the title. And so Vanshika and Aditi are my favorites for the state of Chhattisgarh. The next state we have is West Bengal, and oh my god, this state is so confusing to pick between. All 5 contestants are just amazing in different aspects, and so I could not really make a choice here. It was very difficult. Coming to the first contestant, that is Ankita Saha. Amazing body, amazing walk, her face, everything, her features stand out so much to me, and I loved her. But then when it comes to her introduction video, I think there is definitely improvement for communication skills over there. And the second contestant we have is Anushka Laha, and oh my god, Hats off to this girl. When she mentioned that she's pursuing a PhD in her introduction, I was like, how are you doing this? And while I am super impressed with her story, I still feel there's scope for improvement when it comes to her delivery. And so in her introduction, I loved the content, but I think for a pageant, you just need a lot more confidence and grace, and it has to be public speaking and not just like you're talking to a friend sometimes. And so that is something that I felt about Anushka, and that is the only thing that I felt was lacking, and obviously it can be worked upon. And so I think she is already a great person. She's very smart, but she needs to learn some pageanty techniques more, if that makes sense. But I do have high hopes from her. And the next contestant who I think can win the title is Asmita Chakraborty. She is a Campus Princess finalist, so again I can definitely see that she's been mentored and groomed and she knows what she's doing. But the only confusion that I had when it comes to her audition videos is that she looked entirely different in her introduction and talent video, and then when it came to her ramp walk video, I actually thought it's a different person. The hair was much longer and she just looked very different, and I'm not that great with faces, honestly. And so I'm just super confused. How does she look so different in those two videos? Whether it's an old video and she later cut her hair, I'm not sure. But based on her introduction and talent and everything else, I feel that she has great confidence. I love how expressive her face is, and she is definitely very polished and ready to be a pageant title holder. Another candidate that I have in mind is Meghna Bose. Again, she has a great walk, a great body, but when it comes to her communication skills, everything was great, but I just felt there had to be more fluency. I just felt there was a lot of pauses while she was speaking, and so that seemed slightly off to me, but everything else was perfect. And so that is why when it comes to West Bengal, I actually don't have a top 2 or top 3. I think everyone is great in different aspects, and it could actually be anyone's game here. And now let's move on to the Northeast zone. And oh my god, this zone in itself is so strong. I just don't know what it is with Northeast states, but all of the girls there are so talented, they're so beautiful, and it is very difficult to just make any kind of choices and preferences and favorites when it comes to this zone. Let's start with our first state, that is Sikkim. And in Sikkim, I think Rajeshwari Chakraborty is the one to watch out for. She has been a pageant winner before, and she exudes confidence in everything that she does, whether it's her introduction, whether it's her walk, even her talent. I just watched her audition videos on loop. That is how much I loved her performance. And my second favorite for the state title, if not Rajeshwari, I think Ritika Chetri has an equally good chance of winning the state title. She is also a great performer, but then I just feel that Rajeshwari has a lot more pageant experience, and so she's much more confident in front of the camera and on stage, and I just feel like she would be better suited for the title because she's more ready. The next state we have is Arunachal Pradesh, and when it comes to this state, I have two favorites. My number one favorite is Tokmem Mengu, if I'm saying that name right, and she is the reigning Miss Arunachal Pradesh, and oh my god, she is so confident, so attractive. I love her personality, her looks, the way she walks, the way she speaks. She sounds so confident, and I think she is one of the strongest contenders for the state title when it comes to Arunachal Pradesh. And my second favorite is Dechenla. Now I know Dechenla through Cocoberry already. I think we were in the same batch in either November or January, but I've met her personally, and she has grown by leaps and bounds in the last 1 or 2 years, and she's an actor, a designer, a model, an entrepreneur, and I think there is just so many skill sets that she possesses. And she is also a great speaker. She has a very good cause associated to her, and she's a very genuine, hardworking, and a lovely woman to be around, and I think she has as good a chance as Tokmem to win the title. And so these two people are my favorites for the state of Arunachal Pradesh. The next state is Mizoram, and from Mizoram we only have two candidates who have been shortlisted, and between them I think Selina's walk needs some improvement, and then we have Lalman Sangi, again if I'm saying that name right, and she has a lot of pageant experience already, and she looks very confident and very well polished. And so in my personal opinion, I think Mansangi is the clear winner here if she nails the interview, that is. But based on the audition videos and social media and everything else, I think Mansangi is my favorite when it comes to Mizoram. Coming on to Meghalaya, again, oh my god, this state I could not choose enough contestants. I really wish all of them could win, and I haven't said this about any state, but Meghalaya is such a strong state. But then I really had to narrow it down to just two contestants who are my favorites. So number 1 we have Akriti Shen, and she has been the winner of Miss Shillong and Miss Meghalaya already, and so she is a previous pageant winner. She knows how pageants work, she knows where to perform strongly, and she just knows what she's doing, and she is a very strong contender for the state title. But then we have Anusuya Dev, and I am a huge fan. I am a fan of Anusuya. I love her so much. She's a Pulse graduate from LSR. She's a vegan, and then everything else that she mentions in her introduction, I was just so blown away by the personality. She has a great body and a great face, and I think Anusuya is giving like really tough competition to Akriti here. I cannot choose between those two. It could be anyone's game when it comes to the interview. And then we also have Shanu Chelsea, and I am a huge fan of her as well. I think her performance was great. But the vibe that I got by watching her audition videos and everything else is that I think she's more suited to Miss Diva, and she can definitely shine in the Diva pageant. And so to conclude, for the state of Meghalaya, it could be anyone's game, Akriti and Anusuya. I don't know who is going to be the winner, but I really have high hopes from both of these girls, and I can not wait. Like, this one has me on the edge of my seat because I really can't choose. I don't know how they're going to make that decision. And the last state we have in this zone is the state of Manipur, and again I have 3 favorites from this state. It was just too difficult to choose just one or two. The number 1 contestant that we have is Maria, and I think she is a very good candidate, and she performed equally well whether it comes to her introduction, her walk, which could use some improvement like most contestants. But I think I was just looking for some spark over there, which I didn't get. But then again, that doesn't mean that she is not a strong contender for the title. But she did give off very warm and positive vibes through her videos, and so I am really curious to know as to how her interview goes, because that is going to be the make or break factor here. The next contestant we have is Ocean, and she is an NIT Rourkela graduate or student, which actually stood out to me, and she sounded like a very genuine and authentic person through her introduction. Her walk is also very good, and so she is my number 1 preference when it comes to the state title of Manipur. And we also have Saikhom, and she actually stood out to me because of her very different from stereotypical pageant attire choices, and she just looked like a very fun person to be around, and that is the vibe I got from her videos, that I want to get to know this person even more. And I really appreciated her confidence, even with her walk, her introduction, her talent. Everything that she was doing was very unique, and so I would really want to get to know her more, and I'm again very curious about how her interview went. And so when it comes to Manipur, Ocean is my number 1 favorite, and then we have a tie between Saikhom and Maria. But then among all of these 3, I again can't choose, because I really think I need to talk to them more to know who I prefer for the title, and I think that is where the interview comes in. And so Manipur is a very strong state overall. And so these are all my predictions and thoughts about the top 5 shortlisted contestants, and I am really looking forward to the final day where they announce all the state title winners. I would also get to know my successor, and that would officially be the end of my reign. Oh my god, I just realized while saying it actually, but I'm still really looking forward to it. It's going to be such an exciting time to get to know a whole new batch of Miss India finalists, and I'm sure all of you guys are looking forward to it as well. I wish all the very best to all the contestants who have been shortlisted and everyone else for their pageant journey as well. I really enjoyed making this video while going through all the audition videos and profiles, and it was just a very fulfilling experience, even just doing all my homework and research for this video, and it took a lot of time and effort as well. And so please do give this video a big thumbs up if you liked this type of video and this content and want me to make more prediction videos in the future as well. I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye bye.